Hi YouTube, so today I'm going to be talking about dating in Korea. Third video on this subject. Actually, some people do ask me occasionally to talk about this kind of aspect of my life, and usually I don't really have much to talk about, so I don't make videos on it. But you know, I thought I'd bring about some kind of things to tell you guys about, not to tell you, but you know, just to talk about.
Welcome to my life, I'm in Korea.
Mom?
Dad? Yeah, I'm in Korea.
It's so hot out there. It's really hot right now. It's like the dead of, it's like right in the middle of summer, it feels like anyways, and it's just ridiculously humid. But let's get on to this story. Last time I told you about the good, the bad and the crazy. So you know, some guys that I'd been out of a couple of times, hung out with, and you guys like the crazy story. Yeah, I haven't seen him since then. He's called me since then and I've kind of been ignoring his calls. I picked up a couple of them, but some of them come at like 5 AM in the morning, yeah. Thank goodness it's on a weekend, usually when I'm out, but sometimes I am at home asleep and my phone is ringing at 5 AM. You can understand how annoyed I could get. And occasionally he may be intoxicated. I don't know if he is. So we don't really talk. He's the mutual friend who was Justin, he wrote in the comments anyways, has decided to make amends with him. Well, he let this guy make amends with him, and you know, I'm still kind of like, haven't spoken to him, so that's that. But if it comes along sometime that I have to talk to him, or we come into contact again, or he manages to be in the same place as me, which the last time he was, thank goodness we missed each other, and then you know, I think I will try and like give him another chance. He kind of saw this video, and well, the last video, which I'll link at the end for you guys, the last video, and he was like, Abby, why did you make me out to be some kind of stalker? I was like, I didn't make you out to be a stalker, I just told them what happened, and if they got stalker from that, well then that's not my fault. So that was that. First off, I'm going to talk to you about some experiences I've had. Not experiences per se, but some guys basically. I'll talk about the one I saw first. I walk to work the same route every day, and so when I used to come towards, there's a zebra crossing right by my school, and when I used to come to that crossing, I'd usually cross paths with this guy. I never noticed him at first, and then after a while I started to notice that I see this guy often. And you know, one day, you know, I noticed him because he was looking at me actually, and he looked at me and then he smiled, and then I was just kind of like shocked, and he's already gone past, and I was like, my face was just kind of like. So after that moment I was like, oh, I remember I've seen that guy often, da 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 da. So I was like, okay, next time I see that guy, yeah, I'm gonna smile at him, yeah, because I thought it was kind of rude that I didn't really smile back at him. So the next day I come, it's I start work at 8:40, and I usually get to this crossing which is right outside my school at 8:38 or 8:40. So those are the two times that the light changes, and I know this because I go the same way every day, and I know what times the light changes, which is kind of pathetic, but I've been doing it for 2 years. So I get to the crossing, it's 8:38, and I'm walking towards the crossing, and he's coming along the sidewalk near the crossing, and I look at him, like he's walking past me, he's coming towards me, and then I look at him, and he just doesn't look at me, and he walks past. I'm like, oh, okay. So then for like the next few weeks I see this guy constantly, and every Monday to Wednesday I'd see him on the way to work, and it was always, so I named him 8:40, so I'd always see him at 8:40 or 8:38 between those times, and I named him 8:40, and I used to see him all the time, and I really wanted to speak to him, so I told a couple of my friends about him, well, to one friend, and I told my co-worker about him, and they're like, just talk to him. I even spoke to Young about him, you know, Young from my videos. I spoke to Young about him at one point when me and Young were out in the park when we were filming and we couldn't concentrate, so I was like, let's go out in the park and play. It was like dead of the night, people, darkness, but it was a good idea at the time. And it gave us fresh air, but we didn't really wake up, but whatever. So yeah, I told him about him. He was like, oh, just talk to him, yeah? Okay, I will. Next time I see him, I'm gonna do it. And my co-worker was like, just talk to him. So I was like, okay, fine. So next week comes around now, and I'm going to school, and I start seeing him a bit less. And the next time I do see him, I look at him, you know, I'm prepared and I'm ready, and I'm like, come on Abby, I'm psyching myself up for this. I look at him, and he's just like down at his phone, just staring at his phone, and he won't look in my direction. And this is a guy I see like, maybe I've seen about 30 times, maybe less than 30 times. We've come across each other at the same time in the mornings, and he just won't look at me. So since then, I've seen him, and I've told my friends when they're like, oh, just talk to him. You know, he's cute, okay? So he's tall, he's like 6 foot. He has like a, you know, that K-pop-ish hair that I generally don't really fancy, but he has that hair. He always wears a suit, so I guess he works in an office somewhere. He does look like he's about 25, or he could have been younger. He could be on an internship, so I have no actual idea anything about him. All I know is that he likes his phone a lot at 8:40 in the morning. Who goes on their phone that much at 8:40 in the morning? Every time I'd seen that guy after that, he was always down in his phone. He refused to make eye contact with me. So I was like, fair dues.
Summer came along and I went on holiday, and I forgot all about this guy that I meet every day because, you know, there was summer camp and I didn't see him through summer camp because I started later on in summer camp.
So anyways, new semester comes round. I haven't seen this guy in like weeks, like 2 months or something, or a month. And it's my first day back at school. I don't see him on my way to school, so I'm like, I guess he's not coming back to work, or he's just somewhere else. And I'm going home. I've never seen him at the end of the day, by the way. So I'm going home at my normal time. I finish work at 8:40, and I'm walking my normal route. And I'm like, should I go over the hill because I'm trying to work out now? Should I go over the hill and like get a good workout before I get home, or should I go straight and through the park like I usually do? And I was initially going over the hill, like I'd already started walking that way. I was like, no, let me go through the park because it's really nice day, and it's really pretty, the park that I live near. You guys saw a picture on my Instagram if you follow my Instagram. Such a pretty park, which all the flowers obviously disbanded after the rain, but anyways, still pretty park. So I was like, let me just go through the park. So I'm walking towards the park along that pathway, and I get towards the park and I can see a body like all the way ahead of me, and I'm like, nah. So I keep walking, and then the body gets a bit closer, not that much closer, like it's still like a good 50 meters away from me or something. And I'm like, it's definitely him, isn't it? I was like, what are the chances? It can't be. So I'm like I'm coming towards the entrance of the park, and he's like coming towards me, and I see his face, and I'm like, oh shit, it really is him, isn't it? So I was just like, oh, okay, Abby, you can talk to him. Surely, you can do this. You know, you've never seen him in the afternoon, and he's in normal clothes, he ain't wearing a suit, and you know, he still looks cute as ever. So just talk to him. I'm psyching myself up once again. I'm ready. The guy comes, and I look at him. I turn to him, I look at him like I'm gonna speak to him. And he's got his hand, in his hand, what has he got? Of course it's his cell phone. And what is his head doing? Of course it's down within the cell phone, trying to ignore me at every opportunity. Oh my god, I gave up. From that moment I was like, okay, this is hopeless cause. He obviously does not want me to speak to him. Maybe he doesn't speak any English, or maybe he has a very dedicated girlfriend, or some reason why he would not like me to approach him. But he just avoids me at every chance. So that was that. After that I kind of gave up on him. And you know, he was nice enough, like looking, but I don't know, maybe he was a bad guy inside, or maybe he was a good guy, maybe I'll never know, but whatever, it's over. So I never did get to speak to him. Everyone was just like, talk to him, but I couldn't do it, you know, because if someone's trying that hard to avoid you, it's probably a sign that you should not bug them, because there's a likelihood that they may just like run away from you or something. So I was just like, okay, just let it go. So that was that guy. And then there was one more guy, which is kind of an opposite effect of this guy. This is gonna be really long, so it's gonna be 2 pets. I think all my neighbors think I'm crazy, and I don't actually care. I'm with you, Faye, and I'm like, okay, Faye, you know, I really want to give this guy my number. I write my number on the receipt that he gave me for the waiting, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna leave it on this table, then I'm gonna go. And I was like, it was so stupid. I was being such a girl. I could not understand how immature I was being. Like, I could never get over that moment. I came inside. He was like, just go in. I'm gonna go home now. I went inside and I sat down at my bed, and I was really silent. And then the guy started banging on my door. No joke, no lie. I'm not even kidding you. He started banging down my door, and he was shouting my name. He's just, Abby, open the door, open the door. I was like, no, this is, mind you, this is 6 AM now.